What if I told you the easiest person to defeat isn't the weakest one? It's the person who's absolutely convinced they're right. The moment someone starts questioning their own judgment, they stop thinking clearly. They hesitate, they overanalyze, and without realizing it, they start following your lead instead of trusting their own mind. The most dangerous people rarely argue. They don't overpower you with intelligence. They quietly reshape how you think until you reach the conclusion they wanted all along. Machiavelli understood this well. Real power isn't forcing agreement. It's making people question themselves. The human brain hates uncertainty. When reality doesn't match expectation, the mind searches for answers, even wrong ones, just to feel resolved. This discomfort is called cognitive dissonance. When someone's certainty gets quietly challenged, not with an argument, but with a simple contradiction, their mind starts searching frantically to close that gap. If you stay calm while they're spinning internally, you become the most stable point in the room, and their mind starts leaning toward your version of reality just for relief. You don't need to prove someone wrong. You only need to make them uncertain enough that they stop trusting their own conclusions. Underneath every decision, 5 invisible forces are at work. Expectation shapes what people notice. Once planted, the mind bends reality to match it. Identity matters more than logic. People protect who they believe they are, so speaking to someone's identity moves them faster than facts ever could. Certainty feels safe, so people often choose a worse option that feels certain over a better one that feels ambiguous. Social proof pulls people toward what looks popular or accepted, even against their private judgment. And time pressure shifts thinking from careful analysis to fast emotional reaction. Most people never notice these forces shaping their choices. They think they're deciding. Open conflict makes people defensive, and defensive people are hard to influence. A quieter method works better. Controlled contradiction. Instead of telling someone they're wrong, you simply behave in a way that doesn't quite match what they expected. This doesn't feel like an argument. It feels like confusion, and confusion turns attention inward. A person who feels attacked digs in. A person who feels confused starts second-guessing themselves. Silence is another underused tool. Most people rush to fill any pause, often revealing more than they meant to. If you ask a question and simply stay quiet, the discomfort of the open loop shifts onto the other person, and they usually speak again, with more detail, sometimes more truth than they intended to share. Silence gives nothing to push against. Predictability is a weakness. Once people know exactly how you'll react, they can push the right button and expect the result. Calculated unpredictability, breaking expected patterns, and occasionally withdrawing your energy or attention without drama keeps people mentally engaged, because people chase what feels slightly uncertain and take for granted what feels permanently secured. Whoever controls the frame of a conversation usually controls its outcome. If someone accuses you of something and you simply defend yourself, you've already accepted their frame. Reframing, shifting the conversation's foundation entirely, puts them in the position of adjusting to your terms instead. Paired with this is projection inversion, calmly noting a pattern in someone else's behavior, without accusation, which quietly shifts the psychological weight of the exchange back onto them. Finally, the most overlooked trick: reveal less. When you explain every decision and share every thought, people feel they already understand you completely and stop paying attention. Selective disclosure creates a kind of psychological gravity. People lean in to understand what they
don't fully know. This isn't about being secretive or dishonest. It's about recognizing that constant justification often signals a need for approval, while calm restraint signals confidence that needs no permission. None of these are magic tricks. They're patterns that quietly shape how people think and decide every day, whether anyone notices or not. Learning them isn't about manipulating others without purpose. It's about recognizing hidden influence when it's used against you, staying composed under pressure, and never letting someone else quietly write the story of your own mind.